Hey guys, my name is Tom. I'm an 18-year-old filmmaker from the Czech Republic, and today I wanted to kind of break down this Blackmagic pocket cinema camera shoulder handheld kind of rig that I have built up here. Alright, let's begin. So our first item is the Smallrig full cage. Chose it because it protects the camera fully. So we just slide that on. Now we have the weird screw that came with it. Just screw it in a little bit on the bottom, flip the camera, screw in the second screw fully, and then finish the screw on the bottom. Next up, we have the Samsung T5 holder. It comes with two little screws. Just screw these in like that. There's no other way to do it. And take our Samsung T5. I have the 1TB version. Works beautifully. Just lock that on. Now the HDMI and USB-C cable clamp. Just screw that in with a flathead on the side. Or with a coin, of course. Now keep the slots open on it so we can put in cables later. Now the METABONES XL Speedbooster for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. This gives us about a 1.27x crop. We have this little support bracket we put on the bottom to keep it from wobbling around and possibly getting damaged. There was this case with METABONES that there were issues with them if you didn't support them when you put heavy lenses on. Now I'm gonna be mounting this on a RONIN S, so I have the little riser that came with it. I screw that on offset so it fits on the RONIN S, and then put on the plate that came with my RONIN S. Now, for the handle, I made this little contraption, which is basically a cold shoe mount with two screws so it doesn't unscrew, and a NATO rail clamp on the bottom so we can quickly take it off and on. The NATO rails that are on the Smallrig cage. So just put it all on and it's nice and secure. Now for the rod holder, we're going to be using this one by Smallrig again. It's made to fit just this cage. Just make sure it's nice and level, straight, and lock it in. Now a short 15mm rod. Just slide that in and lock it with the thumb screw. So for our quick release plate, we have the plate and two rail blocks. So there's arrows that show the front, we flip it and offset these two rail blocks as well. So it fits on our 15mm rods and everything works great. Now for the battery solution, I'm using the TILTA Blackmagic Pocket 4K specific V-mount plate, but you can use any other that just has mounting screws on the back, and you put on this rail block just like that, and take a low profile battery. Any low profile battery will work, so it doesn't block your screen, and that's it, that's done. Right, now we take the shoulder pad by Smallrig, two 12-inch rods. These are carbon fiber, so they're pretty light, and the battery solution we prepared earlier. You put in these two rods, leave a tiny bit of extra length on the back, slide on the whole battery plate, lock it in, and we're pretty much done. we took the whole quick release plate that we prepared earlier, again front to front, slide it on all the way back till it touches the TILTA plate. You can put on the camera to see if everything fits. Just secure it with the red screw and you're set. Let's put on a lens. This is a Sigma 24 f1.4 full frame lens. With the XIII Speedbooster you can't use APS-C lenses, unfortunately. I should have bought the METABONES Ultra instead. Now the NUCLEUS NANO. This is the little motor which gets fitted on the rails on the side right here. Needs power via micro USB, so that's why we have that battery on the back. Now to power the camera we have this little limo, or however it's called, to D-tap. So we connect that to the plate, not the battery. So when you're swapping a battery you don't have to unplug any cables. You can kind of fiddle it in and lock it in with these little thumb screws and put that straight into the camera. Now also the cable for the T5 SSD. Just unscrew these little holders, put it in. You can actually fit it through the cage to get it a little cable managed. Like that. And connect it to the T5 and lock it again. Alright, now for the whole monitor mounting solution. You have these 4 pieces. Just slide the rod on that. Put on this dual NATO clamp. And this is how the monitor is gonna slide on later on. Now we have the monitor, the FEELWORLD FW279, the HDMI version only. We're gonna be powering it with an NPF battery. It's a great monitor, really bright. So we just put that onto this little bracket and slide it on, lock it in, and we're pretty much done for this. Alright, let's take the setup, put on the monitor. It's basically just right under the lens here. Now this is the FOTGA DP3000 MATTEBOX. Plastic one, pretty light and can be quickly tilted out of the way. Now for our whole handles, I have these CAMVATE handles, pretty great, and I moved one of them downwards to use the ZHYUN crane mount that came with the NUCLEUS N, and we can just pop on the wheel just like that. That's done. Just slide that in front, lock it on enough. These roadblocks really don't hold very well. And I have my tiny little cold shoe. Last part, the best cheap microphone I've ever used. And I'm gonna be using this splitter to split both the stereo inputs to 2 mono channels, so I can have 2 mics. This one gets plugged into this, and then I have the Rode Wireless Go, which gets placed on top of the handle and connected to the Y cable. Later on I just set that up in the camera. The quality of the video is probably gonna be trash. It's barely even full HD, it's from the 5D Mark III and it's just meh. That's not my camera, I have it as a rental, so I'm kind of rushing, so sorry for that. Yeah, it was trash. I'm sorry for my voice, I'm recording this just after waking up, so I sound like a sore bastard. But yeah, I hope you learned something, I hope this was interesting for you and helped you to decide how you're gonna build your own rig. Now big thanks to ANOMALY XIII, or 13, for inspiring this whole build. He has a video up on his channel, which I got inspired from and decided to build this kind of updated version of that. So, I hope you liked it, and have a nice day. Bye bye.